from the PNW Studios in San Antonio, Texas. This here is Pro Nation Wrestling. What is up, guys? This is JD here for another edition of Pro Nation Wrestling here on Podomatic.com. Follow me on Twitter at IM_a model. That will be the Pro Nation Wrestling page there, where you'll get up to date on my next podcast, and also when these podcasts get uploaded on YouTube. Also, speaking of YouTube, if you're listening to me on YouTube, go ahead and click that subscribe button up above, and where you can go ahead and get more videos here. Keep up to date with the podcast here from me. And if you're on Podomatic, go ahead and follow me here on Podomatic. If you're already signed up on Podomatic, just follow me here. If you're not signed up, just takes, literally takes 2 minutes. If you, all you gotta do is enter your name, your email address, and a password. It doesn't take that long to make a Podomatic account. Um, but yeah, I am here today to talk about last night's WWE Raw and also Extreme Rules this past Sunday on pay-per-view live from Chicago. Let's go and matter of fact start off with Extreme Rules. Overall, it was a good pay-per-view from WWE, from top to bottom. It was a pretty good show. Every match on the card delivered to what they can do. Um, Pretty much at the end of the day, this is another B plus pay per view from WWE. From the Daniel Bryan to Sheamus World Heavyweight Title 2 out of 3 Falls match, which um, I knew these two guys could pull on a great match, but I didn't know Daniel Bryan was going to look that strong. Daniel Bryan has been looking weak ever since he won the title. Ever since he lost the title, he's been looking stronger. I don't know what was the deal with WWE doing that, but hey, Daniel Bryan looks stronger, and the whole yes, yes, yes chants are getting over with the crowd, and he's looking like a credible heel right now. He is looking like a credible heel, and I think it's the right thing that WWE is doing right now with Daniel Bryan. Another good match on the card was CM Punk versus Chris Jericho. In my opinion, match of the night. Four-star plus match. Chicago street fight. They wore jeans. They wore denim to the ring. All great street fights. They actually will wear denim. They'll actually make it look like a street fight. And they did a great job in that match. You truly believe that was a street fight. The environment of the match, the weapons they were using, just how they really want to get at one another, and it delivered. It really did deliver. And CM Punk goes over in that match. Other matches on the card was Brodus Clay versus Dolph Ziggler. Even though this match is very short, it shows that Brodus Clay could go in the ring, and it also shows that Dolph Ziggler could still take one hell of a bump. Now, Dolph Ziggler right now, they're not really using him for. They're really, I won't say burying him, but he's not going over in any matches. I can just see, Dolph Ziggler just shocking us and winning the Money in the Bank when that does come up in the next couple of months. Um, yeah, so you had that match. You also had the match of, which was supposed to be scheduled, Nikki Bella versus Beth Phoenix. Eve Torres basically stated, "Oh, you're not medically cleared to compete." And the Bellas thought Karma was coming back, but no, Karma didn't come back. Actually, Layla came back. Layla came back, and she went over on Nikki Bella in about a couple minutes. Wins the Divas title. Is good for Layla. She's a good women's performer in the ring. She's a real good women's performer in the ring. So at least somebody who can at least somewhat wrestle, who can at least perform in the ring, wins the Divas title. And I'm actually quite proud for WWE doing that. Another match on the card was Randy Orton versus Kane. This actually opened the show, and this was a Falls Count Anywhere match. This was a good decision to open up the show. At first I was kind of skeptical, but they did a good job. They used their environment. They went around the arena. It was kind of an Attitude Era type match. Some of the Attitude Era fans out there who like that type of stuff. It was a good match overall. They used their environment. Zack Ryder got involved. They went to the locker rooms, and it was a good match. It was a good match. Three stars again that match actually. Um, yeah, and Randy Orton goes over and picks up the win though with the RKO on the steel chair. We saw Ryback on the card. Ryback squashed two local jobbers, and I think the most memorable thing that's gonna come out of this is two is better than one. Two is better than one. Um, that's what those jobbers is gonna be known for the rest of their careers, and I think that's gonna be a good thing for them, to be honest. But yeah, of course, Ryback went hand squash both guys there, both of the local jobbers. Then you had your main event. Main event was John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. Now, I know a lot of people out there are upset that John Cena won. On camera, for a wrestling standpoint, it didn't make sense whatsoever. And I agree. And I'm not trying to defend John Cena because I'm not really a John Cena fan. But you gotta think about it this way. When Brock Lesnar left in 2004 after WrestleMania 20, the way he left the company, basically saying, give me a big middle finger to the WWE and say, you know what, I'm gonna go try professional football and try to join the NFL. Then I'm gonna go, or I'm gonna go to UFC. He left the WWE. Very bad terms with WWE. For him to come back and to job out to John Cena, I'm not really that surprised after digesting it. Reasons why. One, I think the morale backstage with some of the guys saying that, oh, well, Brock Lesnar comes back, he gets a high profile match with John Cena and he goes over. I don't think so. I think the morale backstage was possibly giving Brock Lesnar the cold shoulder. Some of the guys in the back probably didn't like that. So I think Brock Lesnar made a smart decision, say, you know what, I am coming back. I'm still gonna look good in the match, which Brock Lesnar he controlled 95% of the match. I'm gonna look good in the match, but I'm still gonna job here just to prove that I am, you know, I've changed or whatever the case may be. Um, so I thought at the end of the day, I'm not really too upset by John Cena winning, and yeah. Also, John Cena won, and oh, by the way, there was blood in this match. Case you guys have not heard, yes, there was blood in this match. Goody, we got blood. Thank you. But John Cena at the end of the show stated, if I need to take a break, I'll do that. And I'm glad this was in Chicago, and just playing to the crowd. You know what John Cena does. And at the end of the interview, at the end of the interview on Sunday, that stood clear to me that John Cena will not be coming back for a while. Oh, hi, I was wrong. Just 24 hours later, Monday Night Raw, which was last night, and we open up with Triple H, John Laurinaitis, and Brock Lesnar. Basically, long story short, not John Laurinaitis, but Brock Lesnar basically attacks Triple H, breaks Triple H's arm, kayfabe, breaks Triple H's arm, and basically Triple H is going to be out for a while. That is going to be not your Survivor Series, but your SummerSlam main event right there. Quote me if I'm wrong. That's going to be your big money match at SummerSlam. If they really want to play this story out that Brock Lesnar is, I don't know if they officially said that Brock Lesnar is fired yet, but I believe so. I think they did say that. But if they really want to play a storyline now saying, oh, Triple H's arm is broken and Brock Lesnar broken and he's fired, if they really want to drag this story out, have Brock Lesnar come back, hell, even at Over the Limit for reasons why I'm going to mention in a second. Have Brock Lesnar come back at Over the Limit, and help out whoever, or just come back at Over the Limit. Have Triple H be out till SummerSlam, then I'll be your SummerSlam match. Have Triple H come back a few weeks before SummerSlam, and from there you can start building up your SummerSlam card. That would be the best money making decision in my opinion. Now, Also on Raw, of course, you had Triple H, getting his arm broken by Brock Lesnar. You also had not the main event, but the Beat the Clock challenge, and I love these Beat the Clock challenges that WWE does. I like the concept behind it. Beat the Clock challenge. Whoever beats their opponent with a less amount of time, or the fastest, I should say, will get a number one contendership match. They'll be number one contender for CM Punk's WWE title, and I like that. And basically, at the end of the day, we saw some good matches on Raw. We saw, I thought we saw a respectable match between The Miz versus Santino Marella. Respectable match. Wasn't a great, all-time classic. The Miz wins. We also saw Chris Jericho and The Big Show. That was okay. Wasn't too great. We also saw another Beat the Clock challenge, Randy Orton versus Jack Swagger. Even though that match was very short, those two got good chemistry in the ring with each other. Even ever since 2010 when Jack Swagger was champion, and he had that match against Randy Orton where he beat him clean. They have good chemistry with each other. Randy Orton wins, of course. And you had your final match. Oh no, you had another match before the final match, which is the Great Khali versus Kane. Who cares? You know that match is gonna be bad. WrestleMania 23 was bad, and SummerSlam 2009 was bad, and hell, I ain't believe they even went. I think they even had a match at Breaking Point, which was pretty bad as well. But then you had Daniel Bryan versus Jerry Lawler in the Beat the Clock challenge, and Daniel Bryan eventually wins, and he becomes the new number one contender for the WWE title. This has internet marks jizzing their pants for Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk. Do not get me wrong. I'm gonna love every second of this match. I'm gonna mark out. This is a Ring of Honor match, and everybody loves it. But, but, but all I have to say about this is let's not overhype it. Let's not have it be a AJ Styles versus Daniels match like last year at Destination X. Everybody hyped that match up to be one of the greatest of all time. It's gonna be a 5-star classic. It's gonna be so good. But at the end of the day, it just became a good 4-star match. Guys, I know I don't have a lot of viewers out there, but hear my voice if you are listening to this. Do not overhype the match. If you overhype this match, it's not going to be as good as you think it's going to be. If you go in with no expectations or little expectations, the match is going to be better than what you think is going to be. Now, I know you're probably not going to hear this because I'm still starting off with this, but in my opinion, do not get too excited for this match. It's gonna be a great match. I'm not saying it's gonna be a bad match. It's gonna be a great match between two technical wrestlers, between CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. Just do not overhype it. That's all I'm saying. Now, also on Raw, we had a rematch between the Bellas and the. Oh, actually, it was actually a 2-on-1 handicap match between the Bellas and and Layla. And Layla beats them in like 3 seconds, a quick roll up. Basically, the Bellas got fired. They said that on TV. Other than our match on Raw that happened last night, Brodus Clay versus JTG. Should I say who won? Brodus Clay won, of course. JCG got a little bit of office, and also we got new tag team champions, Kofi Kingston and R-Truth, who beat Epico and Primo. And that was pretty much it for Raw last night. Overall, the Raw was, good. I liked it. Well, some people out there say, "Oh, this is a bad Raw," blah 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 blah. You gotta think about it this way. Oh, and of course, I forgot about last night. John Cena came out. He was gonna say, I guess. Oh, earlier that night, John Lennon and I says, "Oh, John Cena's gonna have to go up against somebody at Over the Limit." So it's out of John Cena's control. He didn't want to wrestle, but he's gonna have to wrestle. Look, at Over the Limit against a mystery opponent. Now, everybody in my head, since I did not see Lord Tensai the whole night, I thought, oh god, hands down, it's gonna be Lord Tensai, and that's gonna be terrible. Not because Cena on Lord Tensai, is because we already saw it like a couple weeks prior. Um, Shockingly, they brought out Lord Tensai. John Laurinaitis announces Cena's appointment. He brings out Lord Tensai, and John Laurinaitis attacks John Cena from behind. And John Laurinaitis says, "Your opponent is going to be me." I was shocked. Um, I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be intrigued by the physicality in the match, but I am gonna be intrigued by the story that's going to be told in this match between John Laurinaitis and John Cena. If this doesn't write off Cena, I don't know what will, because they're gonna have Lord Tensai there. If Cena add to just Lord Tensai, then this is where I believe where Brock Lesnar will make his return at Over the Limit and attacks John Cena, takes out John Cena. John Cena will be gone until SummerSlam or till whenever, but I think Brock Lesnar will make his return there. Um, Overall, like I said, Raw was good. Not too bad about it. Raw last night, overall, it drew a 3.3 rating with over 4,800,000 880,000 viewers, 880,000. The show did 3.41 and 3.27. So again, hour two lost viewership once again. So the first hour was always stronger than the second hour. Um, but just take away with this from Raw, the thing that you're gonna remember the most is for the internet marks out there is gonna be, of course, Dan Bryan versus CM Punk being established. But I think for the casual fans, it's gonna be Brock Lesnar breaking Triple H's arm. Now, if you're gonna open up the show like that, if that's gonna be the most memorable thing from the show, how come you cannot close the show with Triple H, John Laurinaitis, and Brock Lesnar? If that's gonna be the most memorable thing from the show, they should close it like that, in my personal opinion. Now, I'm gonna going into some SmackDown spoilers real quick. Then I'm going into this week in wrestling. SmackDown spoilers tonight. If you do not want to know anything about the SmackDown spoilers, go and please skip a few minutes into the video. This should take me about actually it should take me about 3 minutes. So just skip 3 minutes into the video. You had your dark match tonight, which was Dean Ambrose versus Ezekiel Jackson. Of course, Dean Ambrose wins against Ezekiel Jackson, who doesn't beat Ezekiel Jackson nowadays. So Dean Ambrose does win another dark match. Now, SmackDown opens with the um, Sheamus, and he called out Dan Bryan for a match. Sheamus did beat Dan Bryan by disqualification. Alberto Real interfered in the match Alberto Real interfered in the match, which caused disqualification. So Sheamus does beat Dan Bryan by DQ. Now, let's see what else. I'm just rating this here. Basically, trainers came out and check on Sheamus after he takes an armbar from Del Rio. So I guess Sheamus is gonna play the injured face here, where he's gonna have the injured arm. They're gonna play the injured arm thing, and against Del Rio, and I believe Del Rio should. I think Sheamus should still beat Del Rio. Um, so we have the WWE Tag Team Champions Kofi Kingston and R-Truth, who defeated Hunico and Camacho. Abraham Washington, which was saw on Raw last night, he came up to Epico and Primo, and he gave him his card, and they was like, okay, we're gonna do business or whatnot. Um, this I like this. I actually like this because they're reestablishing the tag team division in WWE. They're showing more focus in the tag team division in WWE. Just little things like that, where you have a manager come out with the tag team and have them observe the match. It helps in a long run. It sounds just a little bit, but it helps in a long run. Trust me, it does. Um, you have another match here, which was Bros Clay defeating Jack Swagger by disqualification. I think they actually refilmed this because they had the match again later on that night where Bros Clay beats Jack Swagger by countout. The first time it was by disqualification, so I guess I don't know what's gonna happen. Which one they're gonna show on SmackDown. Um, Damian Sandow versus Derek Bateman was supposed to happen, but Sandow cuts a heel promo. against the crowd and Bateman, and he refuses to wrestle. Then Ryback comes out as Sandow's replacement, and he squashes Derek Bateman. Randy Orton and Big Show beat Kane and Cody Rhodes. Show hits Rhodes with the weapons of mass destruction for the win. Layla defeated Natalia in a non-title match, and Ricardo Rodriguez introduced Alberto Rio. He comes out to watch the main event versus Bryan and Sheamus in the rematch from earlier. And Eve Torres made the match again. Sheamus comes out with his shoulder banged up. Sheamus beats Bryan with the bro kick. Del Rio also interfered in this match. So you just made Daniel Bryan your number one contender for the WWE title, the strongest title, but you still have Sheamus beat Daniel Bryan with the bro kick. So this gives Daniel Bryan less credibility going into this match um, against CM Punk. At over the limit. So I don't like that from WWE. So, all right. So that was the SmackDown Sports. Let's go and get into this week in wrestling. April 28th, 1985, Tully Blanchard defeats the American Dream Cody Rhodes to win the NWA television title. Tully Blanchard, member of the Four Horsemen, inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Everybody knows who the American Dream Dusty Rhodes is. The NWA title, so prestigious at that time. NWA television title, I should say, was so prestigious at that time. And Tully Blanchard went over, at the time a legend, the American Dream Dusty Rhodes. April 30th, 1977, superstar Billy Graham defeats Bruno Sammartino to win the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. Billy Graham won, he was Stone Cold Steve Austin, he was Roddy Piper, he was Hulk Hogan before all those guys was even there in the industry. He was so way ahead of his time. It's kind of like, how should I say, kind of like Jesse Bobby Ventura as far as commentary. Jesse Bobby Ventura was so way ahead of his time, and also Superstar Billy Graham was way ahead of his time as a wrestler. Also on April 30th, 1998, the crippler Chris Benoit defeats Booker T to win the WCW World Television title. I remember that match on Nitro. Good match. Very good match from two old school type wrestlers from the late great Chris Benoit and Booker T. And that is it for this week in wrestling. Okay, guys. Guys, hope you like this podcast today. Again, follow me on Twitter at IM_model. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. Watch this video. Subscribe up above, please, 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 and where you'll get more Pro Nation Wrestling content. And also, if you're on Podomatic.com, where this podcast is being established, go and follow me here on the show where you can keep up to date with Pro Nation Wrestling. Alright, guys, I'm going to go ahead and check you guys later. You guys be well. You guys enjoy your week coming up. And, oh, yes, let's go into a little sports topic here. The San Antonio Spurs, currently at this time, is beating the Utah Jazz in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs.